Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Beast Wars Scorponok. Or in this case, the 2022 reissue of Scorponok. So yeah, his color scheme is a bit different than the original figure, which we'll get to soon. But of course, before I look at the figure, I have the box to look at because, well, there's been a recent reissue. Now looking at the box, well, we can see artwork of Scorponok here, and he's launching his Cyber Bee, which, well, I'll get into that soon. Got this huge bubble, which, well, is quite reflective. Got this thing that shows what he does. Launches Secret Robotic Bee, which is cool. Shows his name and shows that he's an evil Predacon. Shows that this was originally a Kenner toy because, well, Beast Wars was released by Kenner, which was a subsidiary. Well, Hasbro purchased Kenner at the time, so they went from making masks to Beast Wars essentially. This side's just the same as this side. At the top shows that he transforms into a desert attack robot. The back, instead of showing the figure in both modes like the War for Cybertron figures, we got this, which I guess shows the origin of Beast Wars, or at least in the toy lore, not the cartoon lore. Got an actual text back bio, so if you want to pause and read that, then there you go. And the underneath, which shows some special gimmicks that he has. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Now for the figure. And I realized I forgot to put the head in. I'm not going to do a second take just because of that. And yeah, Scorponok, if you can tell by his name, is a scorpion. And unlike his G1 namesake, this guy is not massive. This guy is just a Mega Class figure. Which I'm assuming, if we go by like current Science Class names, would be like Voyager Class nowadays. Which is a bit weird because in Kingdom, Scorponok is a deluxe class. So they sort of sized him down in Kingdom. I don't have Kingdom Scorponok. I have had bad things about him, but I still sort of want to get him out of curiosity. I don't know. But looking at this beast mode, we can definitely see it's quite lengthy. You see? It's also quite detailed. I mean, I know what the screws in the tail, but, well, you can see with like the claws here. This one's sort of splitting open because, well, this claw has the Cyber Bee gimmick, and on the reissue especially, it's quite head trigger. Especially when in my copy, when I try to put it back in, which is why I'm going to wait until robot mode before I show the claw gimmicks. Here we can see the beast mode head. See that the legs are just all molded together. The tail, it's molded in this nice, well, it's like it's this nice color which goes into this blood red. So maybe he's like stung, and like he's stung someone. And this is where we get our first gimmick. If I can just, yeah, it's hard to really hold on to this, especially because, yeah, this keeps moving. But if I just grab this and then move this, yeah, I know I'm covering the figure, but it's not really a good way to grasp this. But, well, you can still see the tail moving. So you can see that the tail just moves forward, like so. Yeah, a bit hard to show because if you try to do it, then this can also move with it, but once you get it to work, then it is cool. That's pretty much the only gimmick I'm going to show in beast mode. Well, I'll show the gimmick in this claw. If you open this claw, well, it reveals some missiles, and if you open it some more, it fires out these missiles, and they actually fire really, really well. Like, you could lose these behind, like, some furniture or something. And, well, when you put the missiles back in, you want to be careful and open the bottom bit of the claw to put them back in, because opening the top bit is what causes them to fire. And well, I said I wouldn't do this, but might as well. If you press this tab, you launch this little cyber bee. And this is as close to Bumblebee and Beast Wars as we'll ever get. But yeah, you can pretty much just see this. It's pretty cute. The wings are pretty much just made from the actual bit of the claw, but whereas these bits just flip out. However, one major complaint that I was already mentioning, and it actually worked first time on camera, because of course, but usually I have a lot of trouble trying to get this Cyber Bee back in its place. But I think that's the first time it's actually gone in first try for me, just because I'm on camera. Well. And yeah, it does sort of make a gap for me, but I'm too scared to switch it back in case it does just fire out again. So if you're annoyed by that, I'm sorry. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say about the beast mode. Well, the color was changed from this black color, from the original figure, to this gunmetal color in the reissue, which is more cartoon accurate. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for the beast mode. It is claws a bit loose on my copy. Edge underneath, well, you can see the legs and also the head. But yeah, it's underneath of the figure. What are you gonna do? Well, that's pretty much it for the beast mode, and well, this is quite the tall figure. So, I think this guy's roughly the same size as Baboom and Transketo, who I've also reviewed, so if you'll just excuse me while I raise my camera, so just give me a few seconds. There we go. Now, to get this guy transformed, well, to start, we're going to take the Scorpion head here and just push that from this bit. And what these do is, well, these actually transform into the robot feet. Like, not the actual Scorpion head. The Scorpion head is the Scorpion head forms the heels. But those just go around like so. Flip around the actual robot head. Well, it's the mutant head, but still. And you want to try and just sandwich these together. Try to get the peg in, which on my copy is a bit tricky to do. There we go. Just get the scorpion legs down there. Get the arms down. Rotate the claw so the elbow's showing. And then just get the actual claws in whatever position you'd like. I like to have it sort of like this. Do the same with the Cyber Bee claw. I'm trying to be careful not to fire it off. We'll see how I'm on camera. That could be a possibility. Now with the tail, spin that around and then just get that up so it's just an overhead weapon. And here we have Scorponok in robot mode with his mutant head. So yeah. Now before I show the head, let's just do the 360 first. And yeah, the scorpion legs actually do a good job of hiding in the robot mode. It's not like Waspinator or like Tarantulas where they just go on the arms and that's it. This guy does a good job of hiding the beast legs. And yeah, hang on. The scorpion head does form the heels. So like the little, I guess, mandibles form the actual feet. And well, looking at the head, well, this is the mutant head. And, well, there's actually a Robot Chicken sketch featuring Beast Wars, Megatron, and Scorponok. And during that sketch, well, Polaclaw actually makes a cameo in it as well. But Scorponok in that sketch, for whatever reason, had the mutant mask on. Maybe it was easier to animate because he can actually move his head a bit easier. I don't know. But the mutant head, it looks like this. Kind of reminds me of Thrust from Armada. I don't know. I guess it's like the head design. But to get his actual head, you just fold these bits back. And here we have his actual head, which they use in the cartoon. So, yeah. Pretty sure he's got a screaming face, so I guess Skywarp took inspiration from him in Earthrise. So, yeah. But for the rest of the video, seeing how he had this face in this cartoon, I'm going to display him with this face. Yeah, if you prefer the mutant mask, I'm sorry, but I just prefer this head. Like, if they had the mutant head in the cartoon, I'd display them with the mutant head. If they had the robot head in the cartoon, I'd display them with the robot head. But, well, the gimmicks still work, so I can show the scorpion tail gimmick a bit better. Can't remember if he actually did use this or not. The missile launches still work, even if he is just firing at the ground. And the Cyber Bee gimmick, which, well, I'm a bit nervous to do this because, but here we go. I'll just fire it into my hand. There we go. So the Cyber Bee gimmick still works. So let's see if I'm going to have issues this time putting the Cyber Bee in. Oh, well, I briefly did, but I managed to get it back in the second time. I'm pretty sure, like, when I'm off camera, I'm gonna have way more issues, but it seems to be when I'm on camera. I don't know. But yeah, the weaponry is pretty much internal of this guy, like the Cyber Bee, the missiles. There's no handheld weapons. So I guess we can just move on to the articulation, because I don't have any other Scorponoks to compare this guy to. The head articulation, let's just move on to the... Well, let's just put on the mutant mask for this, because it's going to be easier. I guess it is technically on a ball joint, although, yeah, it's a bit easier to do it with the mutant mask on. The arms can, of course, move, and well, the claw can open, so just be careful. I'm pretty sure that the claw open due to gravity there, so what I'm going to do is gently fire this off so I don't jump scare myself again. I'll put these back in after the articulation. But yeah, so we got this. Yeah, that's why it fired, so be careful doing that. We got elbows. This claw can open, but be careful if the missiles are in, because they will fire either into your face or into some furniture where they will become lost. He can T-pose. That's pretty much it for the arms. So we can just put the missiles back in. So just be careful in case it does fire missiles without your doing. Of course, it does fire a Cyber Bee, as we've shown. The legs go forward. They can go back. They can just do the splits about that far, and well, there's no ankle pivot, unfortunately. But he does have knees. So, yeah. Not as poseable as modern figures, but still, for the time, this was really nice. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So, complaints. Well, even though the Cyber Bee was actually behaving for me today for once, which is actually surprising, usually when I try to put the Cyber Bee back in after firing it, it usually doesn't stay in place. I have to fiddle with it for a couple minutes. So, I don't know why I was actually, like, doing... I don't know why it was actually behaving for me today. Guess that's just the perks of being on camera. If something usually goes wrong, it goes right on camera, and vice versa. Another complaint is the missiles can fire a bit too easily. Even if you accidentally open a claw, they just fire. I mean, you saw during the articulation. So yeah, there's a reason that Hasbro rarely does missile gimmicks anymore, like not counting reissues. I also think that some joints are a bit too loose. For example, the ball joints and the legs are a bit too loose. I mean, he can still stab, but still. And the Cyber Bee arm is a bit too loose as well, as you saw during the beast mode, but Also, someone did say, like, I remember, like, posting this guy on the social media page, and someone saying that the tail can break. I'm not sure if that's true, but just be careful. But other than that, do I recommend this guy? If you're a Beast Wars fan, then, well, definitely. I mean, Scorponok was a really cool character back in Beast Wars, or at least before he died. I mean, come on, like, why was there no Transmetal Scorponok, even as just a toy? I mean, like, I don't know, I'm just rambling, but still. Like, Scorponok was a really cool character, so having this guy, like, having a figure of this guy is just really cool. Even if, like, even with this guy being the original, because, well, people did say that the Kingdom one was a letdown. Plus, BotCon really liked this mold. I mean, we had Sandstorm, not the triple changer, like a Beast Wars version of Sandstorm, which I'm pretty sure was just a character with another name. Well, TF explains it way better than I ever could. But yeah, there was Sandstorm and a Beast Wars version of the Action Master Double Punch. So yeah, BotCon really liked this mold. And well, I don't blame him. This guy is really fun. So, if you can find this guy, well, I mean, of course you can find this guy. He's pretty much available everywhere now because of the reissue. But Whether it's the whether it's the reissue or original, accidentally Master Wes there, but by accident. But if it's the reissue or the original, I definitely do recommend this guy. It's just that fun with the gimmicks. Just be careful not to lose the missiles where you fire them, okay? Well, this has been my review on Beast Wars Scorponok, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.